Things that you'll need for this include bowls, measuring cups, flour, salt, water, and some other things that you might want to use include a spoon, cooking oil, and your choice of food colorings. I'm using gel. You'll need 1 part salt, 1 part water, 2 parts flour, and a little bit of oil. I used 1/4 cup of salt, 1/4 cup of water, and 1/2 cup of flour. All right, so I'm gonna combine my dry ingredients first, adding the flour and the salt together, and I'm gonna give them a good stir. Now I'm gonna add some warm water, a little bit at a time. I added about half here, and then I stirred it all in. Now I'm gonna add a little bit of the food coloring. Stir that in with almost all the rest of the water. Stir that all up, and then I'm going to add the last bit of the water at the very end. All right, so now that I've stirred it up really well, I'm going to test the consistency. And you can see that was definitely too loose and stringy. Really depends upon your flour. Some flours are going to be a bit bulkier than others, depending upon their processing. And you can see I'm adding in a little bit of extra flour to get it a little bit more firm. Again, I'm going to pick it up and knead it a little bit. Check the consistency again. If I need to add more flour or water, I could. Now I'm going to start the kneading process. Really working it in my hands. Decided here I need a little bit extra flour. I'm really trying to check to make sure I can get peaks and definition when I squeeze it. If I feel that it's a little crumbly, and you can see I'm testing for the peaks there, I'm gonna add just a little bit of oil. I'm just gonna put a little bit in my hand, rub it, and then knead it. I find that makes for a much smoother texture. So for this next part, I decided I'm going to mix another color in with it. I certainly could have divided it before I added any color, and this way I could do each one individually, but I wanted to mix into it and just experiment and see how it is. Yes, you will get some color on your hands when you do this, but don't worry, I found that most of it washed right off with the soap and water washing at the sink. You could leave it in a marbled effect, or you could keep kneading it to make it a more even color. Of course, you don't have to add food coloring at all. You could just leave it the white color, and then you could paint it when you're done. So here I'm just going to package them up for safekeeping. I've put them in some Ziploc baggies, squeezing out all the air, and you can put it in your fridge for up to a week and keep pulling them out. If they get too dry, just add a little more oil to them. Be sure to allow air dry up to 7 days to harden before painting.